by the New Zealand Society and the New Zealand Women's Association. Jane Thomas, President of the Women's Association. Jane, I see over there. Congratulations on all you do for New Zealand, Jane. You are a tireless worker, and and standing beside Jane is Tanya Beasley, the President of New Zealand Society. She is also a tireless worker. What I love about these two kids is they're not afraid to get their hands dirty at all, and they get stuck in. They do a huge amount of work, and we're just so proud of you and so grateful to both of you for all you do. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is essentially a fundraising event for a charity to do something to help commemorate the start of World War I. That's why behind me here you've got this World War I Victoria Cross for recipients from overseas, and of course the commemoration, the outset of World War I started on the 4th of August with a wonderful, wonderful service up at the Glasgow Cathedral that I was privileged to attend. It was absolutely stunning. I flew back down to London and was able to attend the commemoration of Westminster Abbey that evening, which was also wonderful. But the one up at Gloucester Cathedral was absolutely stunning. Before I go further on that, there's just something else I'd like to say, though, as part of the fundraising thing here tonight. There's going to be an auction here tonight. There are raffle tickets being sold to raise money. So if any of you have not bought raffle tickets, they're very cheap. They're only £2 each. And the person with the raffle tickets is right there in the green. And she's a very lovely young lady, and it's worth talking to her, even if you you won't be able to help buying a raffle ticket. Go and have a chat to her. And so please do that. And then there'll be a little later will be a charity auction, 2 paintings. There's one sitting, I think, on a table over there, a lovely landscape, and the other painting I haven't even, is there. And this painting is quite unique, by a New Zealander, of course. This painting by Mandy Pope. And the painting is a painting of Clarence House, which is just down there. And and of course that's where His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales lives when he's in London, Clarence House. What's quite special about this painting is a little portion of it, somewhere over about here somewhere, was painted by the Duchess of Cornwall herself. Up here in this very room, the New Zealand Women's Association function back, Jane, on Waitangi Day. That's right. And the Duchess of Cornwall painted a tiny part of that painting herself, which makes it quite a unique, quite a special painting. So, ladies and gentlemen, the landscape over there is very beautiful too. It is an absolutely beautiful landscape, and so those will be put up for auction later on. Now, I mentioned a moment ago that the commemoration launch up at Glasgow Cathedral was extraordinarily beautiful. One of the things that made it so special were some of the readings that were read at that commemoration. One of them in particular was a reading from the diary of the wife of a poet, and it was a diary entry from the last night they spent together before he left to go back to the front, the Western Front, and never came back. I'll tell you what, the Glasgow Cathedral is full of all sorts of very senior military people and all sorts of elderly gentlemen, all dressed up in all their finery. After this young woman had finished reading this diary entry, there wasn't a dry eye in the cathedral. It was absolute tear-jerking event. You just see her reaching for handkerchiefs, and she was a graduate. The woman who read it was a graduate of one of the conservatorium institutions up there in Glasgow, someone who'd been studying theatre.